What's up, guys? It's a new day. Today we're going to show you a bunch on Chad's 335. You haven't seen much of it for the last few months because it's been going through some issues ever since the engine blew up after one pass day. But I'm busy with Klaus and a whole bunch of other stuff, so Chad's going to be in charge of the cameras and he's going to show you how to basically pull and swap a new engine in. Not really show you, just watch, follow along, you'll get it. Ta-da! Alright, guys. Shabalaba ding dong blooper reel. Oops, I gotta turn the music off first. Don't listen to this, we'll get demonetized. Ah! Carl can edit. You know what? I'm not talking today. Well, that was about as simple as I anticipated. I didn't really have a lot of. Oh, okay. I guess that'll happen on a BMW 335. I'm gonna drop you first, because that's what all the cool kids do. Carl, edit that out. Why does it say I'm recording, but not recording? Alright, what's up, guys? Chad here. I'm alone in the shop today for a little while, probably at least a couple hours. But we've got my car, the Pyle, over here. We're gonna be working on that. Gotta pull the engine out. In the last video you saw, we were talking mad game about how this engine was supposed to be indestructible and we were gonna throw the kitchen sink at it.
Why you always lying?
Well, that was a lie. It didn't last one track night, but such is life with race cars. So we're gonna pull this out. We're gonna throw one of these stock spares in it. Probably the one that's on the stand. I gotta put bearings in it later when parts get delivered. But I'm gonna set you guys on a time lapse. Probably just suction cup you to the windshield and see if that angle turns out or not. But we're gonna get at it. Coolant and the oil going at the same time. Boy, she wet. Today we're going to be doing rod bearings in this BMW N54 engine. Actually, we're going to be redoing the same rod bearings in this engine. The first time that I put them in, I didn't follow a proper torquing pattern, so I had to order all new bolts because they're stretch torque to yield, which means they stretch. So they're one-time use, effectively. But we're going to do it right this time. Matter of fact, I've already got one done off camera. And we're just cleaning them up and putting them in. So it's a new day. Same car, same engine. We took a little break yesterday from the teardown because the mail was delivered. Got our rod bolts in. Did all the rod bearings in this again. Everything's torqued down to spec. It's all proper now. Ready to rock and roll. Got to put the windage tray and the new oil pump bolts and oil pickup tube and all that back on. Then we can throw the gasket and the oil pan on, flip this bad boy over and start working from the top down. We made it. We are at that point. This bad boy's about to come out. It's all hooked up to the cherry picker. Now it's just tug and pull and move stuff. And tug and pull. And move stuff. So, I'm excited. It's about to be in the air. Then we'll probably take a little break and go to lunch. Ta-da! It's all out. I'm gonna bolt this subframe back up, take this bad boy out into the yard, and probably try to pressure wash some of the grime off. But honestly, at this point, I don't even care. It is what it is. We're back in the garage today. We've done quite a bit of work since the last time I saw you. I'm not exactly certain where we left off. We had some issues with the SD card, you know, as people do. But putting this engine back together, slowly but surely. We've got the oil filter housing on, pulleys, and harmonic balancer, alternator, whatnot. Today we're gonna figure out how to flush the turbos and get them installed, and we're also going to clean the intake valves. I've got them blocked off because I sprayed the side of the engine off with a pressure washer. You can see the fuel rail's still on. Well, is on. Injectors are in with new seals and decouplers. Spark plugs are in. Needed to make sure this engine was sealed up before I got to cleaning on it. But we're just going to continue that today and rock and roll. Alright, what's up guys? As you can see, it's been a while since I've been on camera. I believe the last time I was over here, not even over here, just on film, I only had the mustache. So the beard's coming in, and that's how you know the depression is kicking my ass. That's a joke. I'm okay. This thing, got it in there, got it all set down, started hooking things up, and then it locked up. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So I had to tear it apart. Unfortunately, the oil pan is off, the valve cover's off. We're checking the timing today. Just to check the timing, because we already discovered the problem was that the cylinder walls were just so dry, it wouldn't let it spin over. So I had to pour some oil down in there, and it spins like buttery smooth now. So the goals for today are as follows. We're going to put the torque converter bolts in. I was going to put the oil pan back on, but I'm 3 bolts shy. They're non-reusable bolts, and I had an extra half of a set, so I've got to get those. And then we're going to get the timing checked, and we're going to get the valve cover back on, and then I'll probably check out for the evening. But it's good to be back on film. I know I've done a lot of work off film, but it's just the way I am. Check the timing. Timing's good. Got the valve cover back on and the fuel rail back on, and the oil pan is actually back up in place, which is super neat. Got to go through and torque all those bolts down, but you know, just checking things off the list day by day and not trying to get myself in too much of a fuss over it because I've already been there, done that. So we're going to call that for the night, and we'll come back tomorrow and see what else we can get done. All right, guys, today is the day. Everything is back together, mostly. The car is on the ground, the intake manifold is in. All this easy stuff I got to button up. Here's the horror story. A couple days ago, I broke this drain plug. It put me on pause because the drain plug installs right above the intercooler. So I've got to jack the car up and put this brand new drain plug in there and get this show on the road. I'm going to jack it up, put the drain plug in, fill the coolant, do the bleed procedure, and then move forward with installing the front mount intercooler, charge pipe, oil catch can, all this wiring to the other injectors, and do my prime check and start this thing up, go for a test drive. I am so confident that it's going to be done today that I just got off the phone with my insurance pulling it out of storage. So it is what it is.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.